Good morning, everyone. Welcome
Good morning.
project of Shikshan, Upskill and Uplift. This is presented by Mobile Gautam Panchayat, and this is basically to help all of you students who have a lot of queries on what to do next in your career. Uh, and go ahead with that. So I'm going to mute everyone, and whoever wants to talk can unmute themselves. So I'm just going to quickly mute all so that we can have a decent decorum for this discussion. So with this project of Shikshan, Upskill and Uplift, I will start and give it ahead to Alistair, to Sister Joyce, to start with a short prayer so that we can start this session with a short prayer today. Sister Joyce, if you could unmute yourself.
Pause for a moment before we begin this session, just to gather ourselves to become present to this moment. Loving God, thank you for you have created us in your image and likeness. As we gather here today as a community of believers, we ask for the gift of your Holy Spirit to enlighten us and fill us with wisdom as we embark on this journey. Lord, bless our children, parents, guardians, resource persons, and all those who are participating in this event, that each one may understand the gifts and talents that you have blessed them with. Grant each one of us your grace to help our children discern for their future according to their own gifts and abilities, thus giving praise to you by making use of their potentials for your glory and their well-being and happiness. Mary, our Mother, we implore your intercession on these, our children, and bless our elders to guide them just as you guided Jesus, your Son, in his so as to accomplish the will of his Father. We also ask your blessings on all our families, that as they help their children to seek and discern their career paths, they may also sow seeds to consider their vocation, even to priestly and religious life, as an option in order to build up God's army. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Sister Joyce, for this wonderful and short prayer that you gave as an introduction for today. In today's agenda, we have started with the prayer, and I'll give you a short brief of what we are going to do today. We're going to have an introduction by Dale on why we are doing this and why it is for each one of you to plan your career. She's going to talk about being bold, pursuing dreams. After this, we are going to go into the process, a step-by-step process on how to build your career plan. After moving into that, it will be over to Alistair to talk about the career options after 10th grade, after 12th grade, because that's what we see most of the people who have come in for this class, for this session, from that end. And also we have Mr. Ashok from Get Set Go, who's going to talk about this beautiful, pure career designing platform or portal that they've designed, which is going to cut down your research time and help you make decisions and design your career in a faster way. With this, I will hand it over to Dale. Dale, over to you. Before we start, just a few rules. It would be great if all of you can mute yourself. I've seen the small line here, so possibly someone must have tried to do something, so it's best we try to avoid this. Anybody has any questions, please type it in the chat box so that we can answer those questions. You can use the Zoom chat to write interactive. If there is any question that anybody has asked, and if you want to respond to it, it's best that you write and respond to make it interactive rather than unmuting yourself, because maybe somebody else will get disturbed with this. So these are certain rules we want all of us to follow, and I'm hoping this will be followed by all. Thank you. Over to you, Dale.
Thanks, Zenobia, for that. Thanks, Sister Joyce. Lovely prayer. And good morning to one and all. Thanks for taking your time out on this busy morning. A Sunday morning rather, to make time to attend to this program. And I think on behalf of MGP, the reason why we decided to have this sort of career guidance program is because we felt this was the need of the hour. Like most of us, I think, where we came from a generation where most things were automated. So whenever you finished schooling, depending on what your mark sheet said at that time, you would determine whether you went into the arts, commerce, and science stream. And then accordingly, depending on how you sort of performed at the standard 12th level, you then took a call of what you wanted to do. But I think those are more traditional ways of looking at one's career. What one needs to do today more is, I think, evaluate one's strengths, what one's good at. And let's not forget, we cannot forget our dreams. So it's important to sort of sit down sometimes, evaluate what we're good at, what our dreams, our passions are. And it's never too late to do that. I always keep telling people, I see people at my age also who look back and say, oh, wish we had this opportunity. And I told them that this lockdown for me has been the best opportunity. Yes, it has been taxing. It has been very, what should you say, filled with uncertainty, very stressful. But I've seen people also take out time in this lockdown to sort of upgrade themselves, upskill themselves, determine what their passions are. And, I think one should never be afraid, no matter what people say to you, never be afraid to follow that dream. This brings me to an important saying which says that if you don't build your dreams, you'll have somebody hire you to build theirs, which ultimately is what we are all more or less doing today. And I think going forward, the younger generation also has a chance now to decide what they want to do. So there are a couple of steps that ideally one would need to put into perspective. That is, firstly, you need to know what your values are. Sit down, identify what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your skills are, what you're really good at. Then see what sort of career options are available where those skills can be put to use, and accordingly map out your career. This brings me to another example of a colleague of mine who told me that if you have a kid who's really good at tennis and weak at maths, you should put in more effort in what he's good at, because that's going to be what he will definitely win. There's no point in putting more effort to get him get him to be better at his math skills. Already know really good. If you put effort into developing what he's already good at, that's a sure shot win. So I think for one thing, certainly I think this program will help you determine what you're good at, identify your skill sets, identify your strengths, and then map a road ahead for each one of you as to what are the career options with that skill set that can be put to use. So I think there's nothing like having, a best combination for one would be to have a career and your passion come together. I mean, that will make it, like the good old saying, you'll never have to work for a day in your life then, because you'll always be doing something you love doing. So hand this over to to Zenobia to basically take this forward for us on how one can do this and what is the road ahead. To you, Zenobia.
Thanks, Dale. I will start with the next part of this career planning session which is basically to give you a guidance of how to build your career plan. Before I start with the process, with a step-by-step approach of how you build your career plan, let me share this. If you see the first bullet point, it says career planning is a continual process. And what I mean by saying that is you cannot sit today, make a plan and say, yes, I'm done. My career is planned. And why is that? It is not done at one time. Why is it continual? It's because things change. It's because priorities change. If you look at the second bullet, because there are changes in priorities, changes in focus, changes in sectors, changes in profession. The world is evolving. There are so many more things happening in technology, and you may get fascinated with something. There may be something which may need relocation earlier, but may not need relocation now. So as things come up and as changes come up, you want to make shift into your career as well and adapt accordingly. And that's where you need to reimagine your career plan again and go back and say, okay, last time, 1 year back, this was my plan. Let me go back. Let me redo my career plan, reflect again, and see if I am on the path or do I have changes to adapt to. This career planning, which we are going to talk about, is a very simple 3-step approach. We are going to talk about how you can make planning. First, you need to reflect. You need to do research. You need to reconcile everything. And we're going to talk about all of these 3 steps. Although when I talk about these 3 steps, it's going to be very simple. For me, it's going to finish in maybe 10 minutes, how to do your career plan. But when you start doing it, it may take you a few hours. It may take you a week or even more to build that plan. What my advice, and as Dale rightly said, right, you need to invest your time to plan. If you don't make your plan, you will become a part of somebody else's plan. So it's in your hand whether you want to make your own plan or you want to be a part of somebody else's plan. In this career planning program, you need to be open to feedback. You need to be focused on what you want to do and get. And also be importantly aware of what are the things you should do and not do. I will definitely state one of the quotes from Mahatma Gandhi, which says, the future depends on what you do today. If you plan today, you know where you can get to. And nobody can tell you this is what is best for you or this is what is best for you. It is for you to decide what is best for you by looking at the 3-step process. So I will go to the 3 steps which I'm going to talk about. The first step is reflect. The second step is research. And the third step is feedback. And I'm going to talk about each and every step in detail. Let's start with the step 1. Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I thought there was something. Okay, so I will start with the step 1, that is reflection. And what do I mean by reflection? Reflection is to look at yourself like you look into a mirror or look into the water and you want to see what you are, what you want to showcase to the world of what you are, right? So you need to do self-reflection. You need to sit in a calm place, find somewhere quiet where there is no distraction. Take a pen, paper, computer, or take some notepad where you can take notes on. Have a clear mindset, sit somewhere serene, and find something that you're good at. Make a list of all the things that you're good at. You can list down everything one by one. You can, you may be good at music. You may be good at math. You may be good at biology. You may be good at uh, public speaking. You may be good at politics. You may be good at economics. You may be good at counseling others. So there are various. You may be good at articulating information correctly. You may be good at arts. You may be good at so many things. List down, make a note and list down all your strengths, all your skills. You can also look at aptitude tests or neurology tests to help you guide what are your skills and what are your strengths. We will at the end of the session also share you certain aptitude test centers, like you have Prafulta test center where you can go and do your aptitude test or career counseling test. You have Pure Career Designing where you have the entire portal to help you in your career design. We have St. Xavier's Counseling Center where they do aptitude tests and counseling. You have so many options, and we can give you the links and the contact numbers so that you can get to know your skills and strengths. So you need to take the time. Although, as I said, it's going to be 1 minute or two to tell you what you need to do, but you need to sit down and get this done. List your skills, list your strengths. The next thing that you need to do is list down all the things that you're passionate about. Because when your passion and work meets together, that's the best thing that can happen. What things excite you? What makes you happy? What are the things that you would like to do and will keep you happy, keep you going? It may be travel, it may be research, it may be space, it could be anything, it could be engineering, whatever you would like to do, right? So you need to make sure that you write down all your interests as well and take a note of all of these interests. So you have a first column of all the things that you're good at. You have the second column which lists all the interests, all the things that you're passionate about. And then now you need to write all the professions and the career paths which you might want to go for. Now, Alistair, in the next half of our session today, is going to talk about the career paths which are available after 10th, after 12th, after graduation. Even Mr. Ashok from Get Set Go Pure Career Designing has a portal which tells you that you have all that information ready at hand and you can be able to guide yourself into that process. So what you need to do, take a look at these professions and see what resonates with you. What are the things or what are the professions, what are the career paths you would like to see yourself in? List 10 of these or list as many of these. Maybe you want to strike them off, but you can list all of them and then after you've listed all of them, you need to prioritize them because you can't work on 10 career paths. Take 10 career paths, start prioritizing and make the top 10 list. So now you have your top 10 career paths. But from these top 10, you need to now pivot to top 5 or top 3 so that then you can decide which one is the best for you. That's where you have to start your progression into. So once you've done the step 1, next is your step 2, which is research and reconcile. You need to do your research. You need to find out of these top 10 professions, start listing down what are the pros and what are the cons. Maybe there's too much of time engaged, like it needs 7 or 8 years of studies, which you may not want to do. Or maybe you want to be able to make more money, and that's the kind of profession you want to get into. So you need to look at pros and cons of each of these professions. So you have listed all these top 10 professions. Try to see what is the good, what is the bad. What is the value you want to drive to do that? What is that values you most? Is it money? Is it happiness? Is it recognition? What is that? Being heard. What is that values of that? And for this research, you can go to the internet and do your own research on the different careers. You could be a lawyer. What are the pros and cons of a lawyer? An engineer. What are the pros and cons of an engineer? So you can list down all of these from the internet. As I said, we have the pure career designing portal by Get Set Go, which has everything available to you, not only in the local market, but also from an international perspective. If you want to find a profession or career which needs you to go and study abroad, how do you do that? What are the entrance exams that you need to do? All of that. You need to do a research about all of this. And now you need to make a map. So you have your top 10. You looked at the pros and cons. You strike off 5 which doesn't make sense for you. And you say, okay, there are too many cons in this as for me. So these 5 go out. You have the top 5. Take your top 5, map your skills, map your interests, map the pros and cons, and look at it holistically and say, okay, from these are my strengths. This career path has more strengths, more interest from me. These may have intermediate skills and strengths. So then you have your top 3, top 5 priority list of career paths you want to go. Basically, what we want to do is from a 10 to come to 5, from 5 come to that one career that you want to drive to. Now that you've reconciled and researched everything, the step 3 that we have now is basically getting feedback. Being open. It's so important to be open. When I say be open, it's basically to ask for feedback, seek feedback, receive feedback in a very positive way. We are not saying you need to listen to people's guidance and follow them blindly. What we are trying to say here is focus and be open to receive feedback. Ask when you do a focus, when you have the top 5, look at what appeals to you the most, what makes you happy, which one is more aligned to what you want to do, maybe to the society at large, maybe to your family. You want to make your family proud of you, or you've come from a difficult situation. You want to show the world that no, there is nothing difficult, right? So you want to, from the top 5, come to that one list. And once you have, and if you have difficulties in finding that 1 or 2, or you're stuck with 3, you can start going for feedback. Reach out to your family and try to find out what is that skills. I have these 3 careers in mind, and say, what do you think are my skills which are good for these top 3? I want to be, say for example, a doctor, or maybe I want to be a teacher, right? What do you think are my skills that make me good at this? Do you think I have the skills? So those are the kind of questions you should ask your friends, your families. You can find a mentor who has been in that, or who can help you, guide you. You can ask someone who's in that profession. If you want to be a lawyer, you can go and find out who can help you. You can research and find out whom in your nearby relations has somebody who's a lawyer. Pick up the phone, speak to them, tell them, you need help to understand what it is to be a lawyer, what it is to be a doctor, what it is to be a teacher, what is to be a financial consultant, what is to be an accountant, right? It could be anything. You can do career counseling if you need to find your top 1 or top 2 which you want to go ahead with. So these are the 3 steps process that I said. You need to reflect on your own skills, list them down. You need to do research. You need to reconcile everything, and you need to be open to feedback to get to where you want to. After getting this feedback, be aware of do's and don'ts. I will say this, and everybody will keep saying this, like Dale has said, and you'll hear from Alistair, you'll say from Sister Joyce, you'll hear from Mr. Ashok, that you need to take the time to plan. You need to build dreams. Don't be a part of somebody else's plan. Make your own dreams. What are the things you should not do? Do not map your career based on score. So just because you've scored high, you don't need to take science. Or just because you've scored low, you don't need to take arts. That's a typical practice. Or maybe my brother took statistics, so I need to take statistics. Or my sister went to St. Andrews or St. Xavier's, I need to go there. Or, it's not always like that. I am not saying that you've got 90s, you should not take science. We are not saying that. We are saying that it should not be pegged to your score. Your career should be a mix of your strengths, your skills, your scores, your interests, your passion, and what you want to derive out of it. What makes you happy. Do not follow your family, your friends blindly. I know so many people in families. You have so many stars, film stars, who have families all in doctors' profession, all doctors, but their children have gone in to become film stars and they've been great film stars, right? So you don't really need to follow them blindly. I'm not saying you don't need to follow them. I'm saying we don't need to follow them blindly. So that is very important. Don't do mistakes, which try to avoid these mistakes. And I'm going to stop by saying a short quote that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Find that passion, what you're passionate about. Find where your go-getter, what is your go-getter mode there. If you haven't found it, keep looking, don't settle. Don't settle for anything. Keep looking is what Steve Jobs said. Believe in yourself and plan. And because if you haven't tried, you have already lost it. You should try. Even if you fail once, you fail twice, maybe you'll have success ahead. But if you've not tried, if you've not planned, if you've not thought about what you want to do, how can someone also guide you and mentor you and help you mold your career further? So with this, I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to let Alistair take over and talk about what's next, a question in many minds.
Thank you so much, Zenobia. Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, thanks. A very good morning to everyone. It is an honor and a pleasure to be amongst you all. And I think so, Sister Zenobia and Dale have covered most of it. But as Zenobia's last line, that was my first line to be, but she already covered it. But I'll tell you what, honestly, in my experience, I have always believed one thing, that the biggest regret in life you'd ever have is not failing, but having not tried. So it's better to try and fail rather to have not tried at all. So all that I'm going to go ahead and tell you all is, please, whatever you have in mind, speak to your parents, speak to your guardians, speak to your kins, but always try and follow your dream and passion. Now, to all the students, firstly, congratulations, since you have passed out your 10th and your 12th. You are on a cusp of the most important, the most beautiful, and the most amazing juncture of your life, because from this point on, everything that you do will be defined on this very moment or this very time that you take the decision. And I'll tell you why I'm talking about this and why 10th and 12th is really important. So I work for, as a career counseling head, I had a team of career counselors for one of the top 3 business institutes in India. What is the major question that all the people who come into us and ask us is that, why do I need maybe maths? Because we have some compulsory subjects. So why do I need basically maths or statistics or arts as a subject to go ahead and move forward? So I'll give you a brief out of it. So I'll just tell you why it is important to take the right decision now, because your entire career will depend upon it. Okay. So I'll just go ahead with it. Having said that, I just want to go ahead and tell you one important thing. They've all covered it. Dale and Zenobia has covered it. But I would want to reiterate this because it's extremely, extremely important. The most important thing is that no one size fits all. So you can have a career absolutely the opposite of your identical twin also, because you're a unique person. So even an identical twin, if there are 2 identical twins, they can have different career paths. So that is very important. So don't ever compare yourself to your brother, your sister, or someone who is in your family or your friend circle. You may have a completely different career path depending upon the skills, the inherent passion, and the drive that you have. Okay, so that's very important. People will tell you what you can't achieve, but only you know what you can achieve. So whatever you feel right as a career path, go ahead and achieve that. Having said that, I'll also go ahead and take this a step forward. So this session that we're conducting right now is not something that is going to be etched in stone. You know, we may give you guidance, but ultimately what you take from here is totally depending upon what you feel right for your career. So MGB has just taken this initiative to show you the path. What path you take is totally upon you. So as Zenobi also mentioned, take the time off, think, deliberate, discuss with your parents, your guardians, and only take a well-informed decision once you are convinced that the decision is the right one for you. Okay. I will go ahead and tell you the career paths that we can move on to. Zenobia, can we have the, yeah, cool. Okay. So in no way we are promoting any particular field. We're just showing you the direction. You have to make a confirmed and a conscious choice. What next after 10th? Okay. So after 10th, as normally, you know, during our time, we used to go about it. We had the vanilla flavors, which you would say. We had the intermediates, the science, the commerces, and the arts of the world. Now, it totally depends upon you, what your career path you've chosen. Depending upon that, you can either go in for science, commerce, or arts. There are many people, and there's a constant debate. You know, science people are more smarter, or if you've got a good percentage, go in for science. If you've got a bad percentage, go in for arts. That doesn't hold true at all. Absolutely not. Because I know for a fact, when I did my 12, uh, people in Xavier's, you know, the cutoff for arts in Xavier's was higher than the cutoff for science. So that doesn't hold true. You know, it totally depends upon what you want to go ahead and do. Science is important if you're going to go ahead and choose any career to do with paramedics, medical, engineering, electronics, anything with numbers, statistics, maths, science is important, because that's where you go ahead and, you know, that's where you go ahead and build your pillar or your foundation. So science is important in any fields that are related to numbers, engineering, drawing, architecture, etc. Commerce, as you would all know, is important if you're looking out for accountancy, CA, if you want to become a company secretary, anything to do with commerce. Commerce is important. That's such a weird way to say commerce is important to do with anything with commerce. Arts obviously has really manifested itself. You know, first we just knew that maybe, you know, I'm not really, you know, making a judgment statement here, but you know, if you have to go ahead and become a lawyer, or if you have to go ahead and choose something in artistic field, you do arts. But right now, arts is such a field that it is, you know, it has more scope than even science, because you know, with the advent of social media, with the advent of designs, with the advent of humanizing technology in the kind of colors, the shapes, the designs that we are all interacting with, arts has an amazing scope. Even musicians and all, we have courses in our college itself. We have courses for you know, for performing arts, Western music, and you know, a lot of liberal arts. You know, the scope is unlimited. If you want to go to journalism, or if you want to become a content writer, arts is like the course to be in. So arts, commerce, and science. If someone asks you what is better, what is not, there is nothing to define what is better, what is not. They all stand at the same level. It's just that what you want to do is important. And I'll take this moment here to tell you why it is important. In case you want to go ahead and choose a career, maybe if you want to become a big data scientist or an artificial intelligence programmer or something like that, it is important to have mathematics or statistics as your foundation subject. So normally science has the subject of mathematics and statistics. So it is really important that you make a career choice, very conscious choice, because everything in your career will depend upon what these three streams that you've taken. So it's extremely important you go there. Other than that, if you don't want to do these three, you don't want to branch out into these three fields, you do have fields other than this. So you just want to do a diploma course or something like that. So we have diploma course in beauty and cosmetology. Beauty is a great sector. A lot of beauticians I know are doing extremely well and are doing really great. Jewelry design, fashion designing is a great avenue. photography is a great avenue. People are really doing well in photography, cameras, etc. Then you have the polytechnics of the world, the turner fitters, the civil, the automobile, the electronic engineering. So that's a 10+2 course, wherein after 12th you can just go ahead and start your own business. This is for people who really know exactly what they want. So I know I want to go into marine technology, I want to go into leather technology, or I want to go into textile technology. They can directly take a polytechnic course. It's a 3 years course after 10. The most important thing is this really helps you if you're an entrepreneur. It really gives you that much more flexibility in understanding your core subject from the 11th standard onwards. Then you have the IITs of the world, where you can do professional courses like electrician, plumbing, electrical, welder, firemen, turner fitters, computer assemblers, and everything to do with a hardcore job. So if you're actually going into the field and you really like mechanics, this is the ITI is the place to be. We also have the paramedics course, like the nurses, the hospital staffs, uh, people who help or assist the doctors in their day-to-day duties, lab assistants, technicians, MRI assistants. So there's a lot of scope there as well. If you know this is where I want to be, you can surely go ahead and choose the paramedic course. We also have short-term courses like DTP, graphic designing, animation, web designing. If you like all that stuff, tally, if you want to just go ahead and do data entry, these are the courses that you can go for. And the best thing about these courses is after these courses, you can start earning, you can start earning. Then we have the intermediate course. This is after 12. You have the engineering course. You can go into to a BE or a BTech. And right now, data science and big data is like the buzzword. So every engineer wants to either be a computer CSBS, computer engineer, or a data scientist, or a business analytics. Okay, big data analytics. We also have a lot of entrance tests that you can apply for. We have entrance tests for mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering. We have I guess, yeah. We have mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering, we have marine technology. These all are things that you can go ahead and apply for after engineering. We have the medical field. In the medical field, you have everything from MBBS, which is the first step after your, once you go ahead, you become a MBBS. We also have, you can either go in to become a surgeon or a normal practicing doctor, so an MD or an MS, depending upon what you want to go ahead and prefer. So that is really a very, very intensive course. MS and MD is really intensive, but yeah, the benefits that you reap off from there is really great. You have allied services like pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical after the pandemic has been one of the best best industries. In fact, we've had, for the first time in, I guess, 10 years from when we've started our pharmaceutical, we do a BPharm plus MBA course. For the first time from 10 years, we've got a record number of people applying for pharmaceutical BPharm plus MBA, because the scope after, especially after the pandemic, has really catapulted the pharmaceutical industry into a different realm altogether. Then obviously we have the Unani, you have homeopathy, Ayurveda, natural therapy, agriculture, dentistry, veterinarian. If you like animals, if you want to serve animals, veterinarian has, a really great scope. In fact, we have one of our MGP members' daughter who's a veterinarian, and she's really happy because she likes animals and she has a flair for animals and she really likes serving animals. And that's physiotherapy. We have a lot of careers as far as medical is concerned. The most important career which I really respect and have great regards for is teaching. And yes, you can do a D.Ed course, that's a diploma in education after 2 years, or you can do a B.Ed course, that's a bachelor in education. We also have courses like foreign languages, journalism, home science, hotel management, rural development, design, filmmaking, management. You can also opt for a career in the National Defense Academy, Army, Navy, Air Force. You can go ahead and have a career in Lawyers have a great career. They basically have a lot of scope in law as well. So these are more or less the intermediate courses that we have for after 12. uh, Zenobia, you want to go on for the next slide? Yeah, so there are some allied courses here as well. We'll share this PPT with everyone so that you can go ahead. It's a really vast and incomprehensible list of things that you can do. Graduation, again, the streams are more or less the same. The study is advanced. So you basically have engineering, what you can do in engineer after your graduation. You can do an MTech. You have as I said, in medical, you can do an MS or an MD, and you can start your practice as well. Then there are a lot of variety of courses that you can do in computers. You can do an MCA, that's a Master of Computer Application. You can do an MSc, MA, MCOM. The scope is unlimited. So you can go ahead and actually go ahead and see what career path you want to go in for, and you can go ahead and make an option, make your choice there. The most important thing, as I said earlier, is that you take a well-informed decision. That is the most important thing. And yes, though Mumbai Cotton Panchayat and the Shikshan team encourages you to go ahead and check out your career through here, we do not in any way discourage you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, yeah, entrepreneurship is one of the trends that is really catching up on. And you don't have to be a jet setter entrepreneur having a great plush office with the works, and you have to have the best office and you want to do the best thing. You can start with a small masala or a fish or a cooking thing that you can start from your home itself. A lot of people whom I know have started businesses like home cooking, masalas, or some designer items. In fact, a great example would be one of the entrepreneurs from our group itself, MGP, who started selling masalas, lugras, and designer lugra outfits, and she's doing really well. So when I say entrepreneur, you don't have to have a plush office. You don't have to have the works in it. You can just start something that maybe you are passionate about, your mom's passionate about. You can go ahead and market it. And I think so. We also have to go ahead and give it out to MGP, who's encouraging a lot of entrepreneurs, home entrepreneurs, to do things like their MGP truck that they've started. So yesterday there was at Orlem and at Amboli. I think so Bryce and Gleason and all have actually put in a lot of effort. So it's basically anything that you can do from your comfort, something that you are good at, is what we would love to encourage. So we don't want you to go ahead and follow a career as per what we say. We want you to apply your mind, as Zenobia said. We want you to go ahead and analyze what you are good at, what you see yourself 5 years, 10 years down the line from, and what you want to achieve. And having said that, I just want to go ahead and make a very important information here. Very important, two statements, very important. A, when we have the question answer session, there is no wrong or right question. There is absolutely no stupid question. There is a question, and if you want to go ahead and ask a question, please do. That's what Shikshan team is here for. We're here to answer your question. We're not going to judge you. That is for sure. We're not going to judge you. If you have a question, however, whatever you think, you may think it's a stupid question, but for us, it may be an eye-opener. It may be a question that many people may have, but because of the thought that it is a stupid question and no one asks it, we'll all be following it as it is. But if you ask the question and you go ahead and start a trend, we will be able to go ahead and answer your question. So there's no right or wrong question. There's no stupid question. There's a question. I encourage all of you who have a question to go ahead and ask the question. We are not going to limit the question asking only for this session. So the Shikshan team by MGP is open to you. We are here to go ahead and answer your question. So whenever you feel like there is a question, please drop in. We have our email addresses down. You can just drop in a question. You may expect a delayed response because we don't have a tab to reply to it, but yes, we will reply to the question. And please ask questions. That's the most important thing that you can do. Ask questions, and importantly, please make a career choice as per what you like. The second important thing is your career is not going to be stagnant. If you say that, oh, you know what, if you talk to your parents and say, you know what, I want to go ahead and pursue a medical field right now, and maybe 5 years down the line, you have a change in your outlook and you say, no, you know what, I don't want to go into a medical. I'm good at with art and I want to do an art course there. Absolutely fine. Your career, your options, your likes change. And right now, we are at a juncture wherein we have so much information at our disposal, which is a boon, which is a really great thing to happen right now, because we never had, during our time, Zenobia and Dale would agree, and Listenova would agree, we never had this kind of information at our disposal. Right now, Google is so convenient. You want any information from any corner of the world, you can get it on Google. So that comes as a blessing, but at the same time, it also comes as a bane, because what happens is with so much information, we don't know what to do. So at any juncture in your career, if you feel that, you know what, I made a conscious decision, I did what Zenobia told me, I did what Dale told me, I did what the career counselors told me, I made a mapping of myself, I found this career most suitable. But right now, I'm not really interested in this career. That's absolutely fine. It could be after 2 years, it could be after 5 years, it could be after 10 years. It's absolutely fine to switch over, choose a career rather than going ahead and living with that same career and not being happy. So that's my only thing. Zenobia, thank you so much. If there's any questions, yeah, you're free to ask the team, and I am also, more than happy to answer. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alistair, for all that guidance and all for sharing. This is basically the whole career, what's 10, what's 12, is being prepared and circulated by some other institute. We have just taken that as a guidance and shared it with all so that, it's available to all and we can give it to you all over the email. What I also wanted to share today is that we have mentors who can help you in different professions like lawyers, in different professions that you have. So it would be great if you could reach out to us for any mentoring that you would need. I'm going to give you an email ID so that you can make sure that you can reach out to us. It is mgpmobile@gmail.com is where you can write us to, and we will basically, we have a panel of lawyers, of doctors, CAs, etc. So you can come in and ask for a mentoring session and we can arrange that for you. Even after this session that we do today, we have yet to complete it, but even after the sessions, you will see we will come up with sessions on professional guidance, on lawyer as a profession, medicine as a profession, and try to give you more insights as we progress through this. I'd like to invite Mr. Ashok from Get Set Go to share as well. And before I do that, I wanted to quickly also share my screen and give you a guidance on different places where you can go for your aptitude test. As I said, you have Prafulta Andheri, where you have career guidance, where they do aptitude tests and personality tests for you, and the prize and all of them are written here. We have Allegiance Educare, where they also give you counseling sessions. We have Pure Careers, and Mr. Ashok from Pure Careers is here with us today, and we'll talk about the Pure Career Guidance sessions that he has. That is the Pure Career Designing. We have St. Xavier's Counseling Center also, where they do vocational courses and guidance. And we have Mr. Ashok to talk about this Pure Career Gap Planning portal as well. So there are a lot of places where you can go. And as Alistair rightly said, we cannot tell you what you should do. It is for you to work on what is best for you. So we will give you these links also as you've dropped your emails. We'll send you a report of all these links where you can go and do your aptitude test, your neurology test possible, or anything that is needed, so that you can have a look at this. By the way, just for information, we do not promote as such, or we do not have a commission with this. That's why we are not promoting this for any commissions. It is only for you to be aware and get yourself exposed in helping yourself being guided in your career path. With that, Mr. Ashok, I'll let you speak. We are unable to see you, but I think we can hear you.
You can hear, you can see now.
I can share. I can make you a host so that you can share your screen if you want us to guide through that pure career designing.
Dale, you have that video with you, correct?
Yes, we have the video.
Okay, so just thank you very much, first of all, to invite me in this forum. First, thank you, Dale, and all your team that you are. I am just a guest here, just to help, just give you the brief of our company. Our company, we have around people, 100 plus counselor, corporate trainer, and my founder. Actually, we have around 300 colleges and 150 schools we have already worked with, and he has counseled most of thousands people up till now, corporate guidance, and also that individual counseling with the parents. So this is just a basic of our company, and we have designed a pure career counseling, this portal, purely based on counseling with so many parents, with colleges, so that we have found out what are their needs, what they are looking for, and what we can help you out to design a career. So, as you said already, that the most important thing for all parents is to design a career for their child. And you have given all the details that presently how we are following. Presently, we are following the same orthodox method of, if you get more percentage, you will go to science, then you go to commerce, or maybe go to arts. But the thing is that the technology is changing so fast. The environment around us is changing so fast. And we have a lot of information now available for planning our career for our child. But the thing is that we don't take that seriously how we plan other things, like how we plan our wedding, how we plan our overseas tour. But we don't take that seriously about the planning of our child's career. So we have designed a portal where you don't have to go to the informations are available on Google, informations are available around us, informations are available with our peers, with parents, everybody. But the thing is that all the information you have to go and search around so many links. You have to go here, go there. If you want to find some college, you go to that college portal. You want to go other college, what are their admission requirements, their entitlement, what are their eligibility tests, what are their scholarships available, which are the course they are offering, which are the courses they are offering. So we have to go to so many places to search. And finally, we get confused whether this is right or whether this is wrong. Okay, so we have designed a portal where we can give you a systematic guidance to a student, not only passing after 8th standard or 9th standard or 10th standard or maybe 12th standard, but we have included everything: engineering, medical, then dancing, then painting, all careers which we have compiled, and we have prepared a portal which we called it as a pure career guide planning, which we called as a pure career guiding. So here in this portal, we are giving a systematic information on careers, which are the careers available for the students. First, students have to, update whatever their present profile in. There is a format. In that, you can update the format and you put whatever the marks, your profile, your age, your whatever it is, you have to put in. And this portal is actually based on artificial intelligence, and it can give you a suggestion, recommendation that which career is suitable for you. Okay, that is first thing. Also, we have an option where students have patience. Students have their own choice to select a career. So we have around 26 tools available how our students can select a career based on the passion, based on their ability, based on their skill, and the best of what they feel that they can do it in future. So this guidance is available on careers with so many tools available. We are providing information on what type of colleges available around you, outside Mumbai, outside Maharashtra, outside India, globally. What are the criteria of taking admission in that college? What are the courses they are offering? What are the scholarship available in that college? What are the entrance exams in that college? And also there are a lot of things which required, some tests are required, some, there are a lot of tests are there. You can't just get an admission in every college. So every detail we have compiled and we have gathered as one tool, so that the students don't have to run around here and there to search for so many details, especially if what are the fees available there, what are the closing date of taking the admission, when the admissions are getting open, which are the faculties are available. You can get every information on our portal. So you don't have to run around here and there to search for different colleges, different careers. And the present scenario is such that we are bound by so much of information that we are very confused that which career we want to see. Just now Alistair has shown so many careers. Okay, so the thing is that even the parents are confused that what my child wanted to do. Even the students are confused. What they do is they go after the peer. Okay, this my friends are doing this, so I have to go this. So the confusion is everywhere. But this is the portal where you have all the data available for everything you wanted for career planning. So we can give you systematic guidance to the students, to the parents, that which career is best for you, which career is suitable for you. Also, when you planning the career, you have to see that which are the career which will be, there for next 5 years, next 10 years. Maybe you choose one career and after some time, that career is obsolete. Now you see data science, coding, artificial intelligence, then all things are robotics, are all these careers are there which were not there and which will be not there before. So you have to design your career, you have to select your career, and also the thing is that your career is not consistent. Your career may change after 2 years, your selection may change after 2 years. You never know, because a lot of things are happening around us. Technology is changing. So much of information is available. So we are giving this portal to the student for a lifetime. You are there in 10th standard. So if you are going on 12th standard, how you can go there? You are all the information available in this portal, so that you can go selecting if you want to change the career after 10 years or 5 years, or you want to change anywhere, you go anywhere. Everything is available. This portal is there with you for a lifetime. So you can get all the information, everything under one roof. And we can give you a systematic guidance. We have a counselor with us. They are a very experienced counselor. We 100+ counselor with us. They are all different field. They are all experts in their field. And my coach is also a counselor for corporates. He's also coach for health and fitness. He is there. A lot of film star also there. Saif Ali Khan, Vidya Balan. Then he has coached them personally as in health and fitness, and he has counseled lakhs of people. Up till now around 1.5 lakhs. So we have an experience and we have an expertise to help students and parents to give them a best from our side to select a right career. So that's all from my side. And I can say that not only a job, we provide a student, just now Alistair said that we can give you an entrepreneurship, you know, how to start a business, how to run a business, how to be a successful in a business. So we give systematic guidance to that, and we have our own portal. Anybody can go, Get Set Go World is a very popular name, and search it out. A lot of courses we offer to students, professionals, corporates, SMEs, so that we can give all expertise from our side to whoever we wanted to give a values to people. We wanted to help the people, especially students presently, where students are they have a lot of talents, but the thing is that if a proper mentor is available, the proper guide is available, they can do wonders. That is what I am saying. And even we can help parents. They can come to us anytime. We can counsel them personally. Presently, even on a webinar, we are conducting continuously every alternate day webinar for career planning. We can give you full details on how we are going that, and how a student can go through that portal, and go through, and how you can search the information basis what best for them. Okay, that is the only thing I can help you out, and you can reach us anytime for any guidance, any help, especially to students and parents. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Ashok. Thank you for all your guidance. We have your video. We will share this video link with everyone so that they can also go through the portal and, understand, as you shared, right? They can see what they can get once they log into the portal, all the variety of information that they get. So thank you for all of that information on that front.
And just one point is that we wanted to give all this guidance at very, 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 affordable, where you don't have to spend lakhs or thousands to search for your career guidance. So it's very, very affordable and very, very, useful. That's all.
Correct. I think you have a program for the pricing as well. And if anybody is interested to buy, they can reach out to MGP Mobile and the email ID, and we can help you try and collate everybody and try to get a better pricing along with Get Set Go. That's possible, I believe. So with that, I think there's a lot of question and answers that we need to also respond to. So Alistair, Dale, if we can look at any questions and start looking and responding to them.
Yes. So firstly, if anyone has questions, you can put in. This is your forum. This is your open house for you to go ahead and check your to post your questions, and we'd be more than happy to answer them. So we have one question from Xavier Nunes. He says, "Can I know what is virology?" So virology, Xavier, is the study of viruses. So like COVID, it's like the trend. Viruses are the trend right now. It's like, on the Vogue magazine of the world. So viruses, the study of viruses is what is virology. It's a very intensive study and it has a lot of nitty-gritties in it. So if you want, we can maybe share some details, or you can also Google it up. You get a lot of details of virology. That is one thing. We're waiting for more questions. If there is anyone, can post the questions. Yes, we will be sending you screenshots and the videos and presentations and details of all the people who may help you to go ahead and make this career path or the career decision-making process a complete success or a simpler one. What I also wanted to go ahead and highlight, Zenobia, if I may, to all the students, very, very important. When you are going ahead and choosing the career, it is very natural for people to tell you good things about the career, So obviously, if there's a career expert, if there's someone, a career guidance or someone who's been in that field, he will always tell you, he or she will always tell you the good things about the career. But having said that, you have to have a complete 360-degree holistic view of the career. And as Peter Parker says, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. So you have to understand that whatever position or whatever career you choose, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. A very simple example, if I may give this, and no offense to any lawyers. So if you choose the career of becoming a lawyer and then go ahead and say, you know what, I want to become a lawyer, but I don't like arguments. I don't like to argue. That is a complete no-no. So if you are a lawyer, that is your bread and butter. You have to argue. That is something that is there. Likewise, I had a lot of friends in the hotel industry. They chose a career in the hotel industry and they say, you know what? I like to be in the hotel industry. I like the glamour, everything associated with the hotel industry, but I want a 9 to 5 job. No, if you're in the hotel industry, you have to be ready for a round the clock 24/7 job. You have to go ahead and be ready to go ahead and work on Sundays as well. Okay, likewise, if you're looking out for the civil services like administrative services, IPS, IAS, etc., if you want to give your UPS exam, you have to be ready to go ahead and work in any corner of the country, and if need be, as a diplomat, in any corner of the world. So you can't say that, I want to apply for the civil services, I want to serve the nation, but I want to sit in Mumbai, Amchi Mumbai Mani Baisunchi, I want to go ahead and do that. That is not possible. So whatever career you choose, please have a complete 360-degree view of what are the pros and what are the cons. You can't complain later on saying that, what, this is not what I bargained for. Okay. We have a couple of more questions. Can I do this?
I have
Uh,
a question. I
go
can
ahead.
take one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Then you can take the next. How is computer science after 12th grade? Is it good for abroad opportunities? And I'm taking that because I myself am into IT. I'm currently in Singapore as I talk with you. And after 12th, you can do computer science. There are a lot of streams that you can then bifurcate it to. You can go into computer engineering, software engineering. You can do you can do professional courses also. It's not that you need to do professional courses after 12th. You can do professional courses after your 10th. We have children learning coding now at grade 6 today. So it's all about machine learning, artificial intelligence. Python programming is becoming so much more famous. You have BSc options that you can do computer science. You have computer engineering, software technology that you can do. So you have a lot of scope that you can do. When I say opportunities abroad, I think IT is something which has been hugely flourished, or computer engineering or computer science, I say, has been hugely flourished within India and outside India. There are a lot of people who know this technology so well and have been able to pursue careers outside the country as well. And I would not say that it is the only career which gives you a lot of opportunities abroad. There are many careers which give you opportunities abroad. But along with getting your degree course or degree in a particular field, possibly professional courses that you could add on to top up and help you, be a little more ahead of the curve, will be a good bonus, which you could start at any point of time, even after 10th, because I've started my professional courses after 10th, after 12th, while I was pursuing my degree. So it's about how you can, it's about, yes, there is a lot of opportunity. IT is being booming. It has become one of the essential services, right? Internet has become an essential service today. And that's why, I feel good that I am in an essential service, so we can still exist in this pandemic situations where we are basically helping the service providers and the network. So I'm in the networking field. But there is so much more available in that opportunity list as well. It's definitely a good career, Noel. It will have good opportunities, but I would also say, along with your academic profession or academic courses that you're trying to align with, adding professional courses where you feel interested in will always help you. Getting certifications or getting those kind of additional professional values along with your academics will be good for you to tailor yourself to go abroad or wherever you want to go possibly.
Okay, Zenobia, just to add to it, Noel, having said that about the opportunities abroad, you may want to find out the recognition of the universities. So there are a lot of universities, like in the US, there's Purdue Universities, there's Virginia Tech, there is Cambridge University, there is University of California, then there's University of Melbourne in Australia. There are a lot of universities, but you want to go ahead and find out what is the recognition of the universities, because each country, depending upon their policies, would accept or reject the certification that you have. So you don't want to go ahead and do a course and then go ahead and say that, you know, oh, this is not accepted by a particular country. So you may want to find out which country you want to go ahead and work into or migrate to. And once you've fixed your goal on which country you want to migrate to, that's when you go ahead and find out more about the universities. If there is a JV wherein you can do 2 years in India, then 2 years there, or, you know, maybe a joint venture between the Indian university and the abroad university, you have to find the recognition, how recognized it is, and what is your chances of getting an employment on the basis of that degree. Zenobia, yeah, Dale, there's one more question by Xavier Nunes. It says, what are the different career options in zoology and microbiology? So what we can do is, Xavier, we can go ahead and connect you with an expert in zoology or microbiology, because that's an extremely vast field. Zoomicrobiology is a very big field. So what we can do is we can go ahead and connect you. I think so you've dropped in your email address. We'll go ahead and connect with you. If you can drop in your phone number as well, we can go ahead and connect with you and get everything sorted out for you. Any questions more? Gleason?
I'll say, yeah, good to go. We can close. Just wanted to inform all of you who are present. Thanks for joining this first seminar of us, and we look forward to your feedback. As Zenobia said earlier, we are in connect with some mentors in some specific fields, so you can connect with us, and we can kind of get you connected so you can be guided rightly. Also, in the we are looking at the way forward in terms of, I think Zenobia already mentioned, some various experts in their own field will be speaking to us in seminars as time passes by. We're also connecting with various universities abroad. Okay, we may have 1 or 2 counseling sessions with universities based abroad, so that you can know about how you can get there. Also, the scholarships available in various universities across the world. And also locally, from the finance perspective, if someone wants to study abroad or whatever, and the amount cost is high, okay, we are looking at connecting with some banks. Okay, we have some community banks also who can provide you with the finance. Okay, and education loans are good because you just pay the interest till the time you're pursuing your course. It's only after the course is over and you start working that you start paying the principal. So it helps us that way, so that you can complete your course that way. So we are in connect with that. So whenever you need some support, do let us know so we can connect. We can try to connect with some of the bankers whom we know who can help you. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Alistair.
Yeah. So I think everybody has our email ID, and we now, well, it would be great if everybody types their email ID and contact number so that we can give you the PPT. This video is recorded and will go on the NGP site, so that link will be there. We need to give you the link of Get Set Go. We need to give you all the information of the aptitude tests also. So we would like to share everything, all condense everything and share that with you. So if you could drop your email IDs, would be really great. And thanks for all your questions.
Just one information, just I forgot to tell you, we have tied up with Bombay University for all these things. So Bombay University, we have gone through all the 300 colleges which are under Bombay University, and we are tying up with so many other universities of Maharashtra. And slowly we will be going to all India, and then after December we will be going global. So we will be tying up with a lot of universities also. Just for information.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashok. With having said that, Sister Joyce, may I ask you to step in again and help us close this prayer.
Father, thank you for the Mumbai Gautam Panchayat that has taken this initiative for the project Shikshan Upskill Upliftment in view of helping our children and our parents, thereby acting as leaven in the dough. Lord, in a special way, I want to thank you for Zenobia, Dale, Alistair, and Gleason, who've been part of this project, for all their time and valuable support. In doing something for our children and for the community at large. Thank you for the expertise that you have shared and for the programs that still await us. Together as one family, united, we give glory to the Spirit as we say together, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit,
Amen.
as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. God bless.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Zenobia. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks,
And
Zenobia. Thanks, Alistair.
all the
Thanks,
very
everyone.
best to all the students and the parents. May you have a great time.
Thanks, sister. Thanks, Ashok.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone, for
Thank you very
attending.
much.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks
nice
everyone.
day.
Feel free to say your suggestions if any. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
a lot.
very much.
God
Bye.
bless.
Bye bye. See you.